Glad to have you join us on TVC Midday News. I am Mike Okwache. Let's begin with education matters. Now, we begin in the nation's capital, where the disagreement between the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities over the payment of half salaries may result to another industrial action. The Minister of Education at the Federal Executive Council meeting said that the federal government will not be compelled to pay for work not done. State House correspondent Femi Akonde reports.
The federal government is sticking to its gun and insisting on the no work, no pay policy it has adopted against members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities. Government says there will be no salary for the university lecturers in the period which they did not work. The federal government's position comes despite the protest by members of ASUU to express their dissatisfaction with the invocation of the no work, no pay policy of the federal government.
Has been called off.
The Minister of Education, Adamu, re-emphasized the government's position on Wednesday after the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja, when he fielded questions from State House correspondents.
I mean, the strike has been called off, and the government has paid them what is due to them. Well, I think that's the position of the government, that it is not going to pay anyone for work not done. And they only did, I think, the number of days that they were paid.
The minister also denied claims that the federal government was planning to casualize university workers.
But if you know the meaning of a casual worker, it is impossible to make a university lecturer a casual worker.
The Federal Executive Council also approved more than 5 billion naira for printing of sensitive and non-sensitive materials for the National Examination Council, NECO, and another 3.2 billion naira was approved for the perimeter fencing of the Uthman Danfodio University in Sokoto. Council approved more than 2 billion naira for the procurement of operational vehicles for the Federal Road Safety Corps. The special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, disclosed that the contract for the purchase of the vehicles was given to local auto manufacturers. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday approved 134.7 billion naira for the payment of security disbarment or debarment allowance to all military veterans. The president spoke at the launch of the 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day emblem and appeal fund, where he announced the donation of 10 million naira to the Nigerian Legion on behalf of the federal government to support the country's veterans and the families of fallen heroes. During the brief ceremony, which took place shortly before the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting, President Buhari commended the armed forces for their efforts at making the country a safer place for all citizens and visitors, and assured them of his administration's continued support.
The choice of 15th January as the Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration is symbolic because it marked the end of the Nigerian Civil War. The occasion gives cause for reflection and reminds us of the sacrifice made by our armed forces in preserving the unity of the country, and highlights the need for us to guard this unity jealously.
And as President Buhari approved payment of security debarment allowance to all military veterans, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, is assuring that the Nigerian Army will continue to review its strategies on how to best defeat the nation's adversaries. He spoke in the Borno State, where he adds that part of the review is the use of both kinetic and non-kinetic means in securing people's lives and property across the nation. Jesse Tafida has the story.
Borno State is now enjoying relative peace after 13 years of conflict, thanks to the Nigerian military for their efforts in battling the insurgents. Now, the army is taking a step further to review its operational strategies.
What the Chief of Army Staff said we should convey is the need to have committed soldiers, the need for us to retrain and continue training, because it can never be enough.
seated in this hall are top officers of the Nigerian Army. They are here to deliberate on how to tweak operational strategies in order to sustain their onslaught on insurgents.
The need for us to stay focused onto our mandate, which he has given to the theater, and which is to restore peace and tranquility in the Northeast. And that's exactly what he has conveyed. It's just reminding us of the need for us to remain committed and focused in the missions ahead, that we must be able to restore peace and tranquility to the Northeast.
Some of us who had cut our teeth in the past fighting in this very army and recorded great successes were called to come and share our experiences with the officers and soldiers now, to see and how we can help to enhance and improve on the warrior ethos.
Part of these strategies include techniques and military procedures aimed at securing the country by protecting people's lives and property. The Army Chief commends the efforts of the Nigerian troops across the nation. This meeting may not be unconnected with President Muhammadu Buhari's directive that the adversaries of Nigeria must be defeated decisively, and the army is ready to do just that. Jasita Fida, TVC News, Maiduguri.
Elsewhere, the former President Olusegun Obasanjo has asked street boys, popularly known as area boys, to rediscover themselves and be diligent in their daily activities. He made this known during the visit of the beneficiaries of the Eco Inspire Me project to his penthouse presidential library residence in Abeokuta, Ogun State. TVC News' Kazim Olowe reports.
These are few out of many who have no legitimate business for their survival, but loitering around the neighborhood and basically make their living on the streets. They are regarded as the area boys and girls in Nigeria. In order to rehabilitate them and to make them be part of responsible citizens in the society, a renowned female talking drummer, Aralola Olamuyiwa, through the support of the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, introduced a Co-Inspire Me project to get them off the streets and rehabilitate them. The street boys and girls, who are now referred to as street kings and queens, had a mentoring session with the former President Olusegun Obasanjo, where they informed him of some of their challenges. The former president told them that he was at the time a prisoner and faced many challenges in life before getting to the top.
God has not created them as street boys and street girls. The process of rediscovering themselves will start with themselves.
Gradually, we hope that we'll be able to take them off the streets.
The street kings and queens could not hide their joy about the visit and the mentoring session, and they say they are at a turning point in their lives.
All these are rugged attitude, atrocity attitude will be stopped by God's grace, because what I am experiencing inside this compound, me personally, I am praying to God to answer my prayer to see an helper.
The beneficiaries had the opportunity of visiting different sections of the presidential library and boost their knowledge about the former president and issues concerning Nigeria. Kazim Olowe, TVC News, Abeokuta.